today we're going to be cooking a healthy curry, a healthy vegetable curry. So you're thinking, healthy curry, does that go in the same sentence? But actually it does. So we'll be using a range of different vegetables. We've got some vegetables over here, we've got some courgettes, we've got carrots, we've got broccoli, and we're going to start with the garlic. So we'll be using things like chilies, we'll be using garlic. We know the benefits of garlic on our well-being and our physical health. We know the benefits of ginger as well. We'll be using a range of spices which we have over here, which I'll go through as I add them. Obviously vegetables, self-explanatory, superfoods, good for you, part of your 5 a day. Making it into a curry makes it more interesting, bulks it out quite a bit. It means you can use brown rice with it, you can have it with some brown bread, you can have it with a salad, but it makes it an interesting meal and tasty and wholesome. So I'm going to put the pan on the heat and I'm going to light that up. Okay. And I'm just going to add a tiny bit of oil. We tend to think that we need to add lots and lots of oil in order to make a curry, but it's actually not necessary because the vegetables have a flavour of their own that can enhance the curry anyway. So we're going to add some of this wonderful stuff, garlic, which is really, really good for us, and it's an antioxidant and it's got lots and lots of health benefits. So I've peeled a few cloves and I've actually crushed it with the back of the knife, and I'm just going to let that just sizzle there until that cooks through to make this curry. And then we might start with some courgettes, with a carrot, some peppers, whatever you fancy adding to your vegetables is absolutely fine, just to make them interesting. And most vegetables will blend together, so we'll get a few mushrooms and we'll definitely get some of these beautiful vine tomatoes, which are absolutely gorgeous. And what else have we got? And we've got some broccoli. So let's use that broccoli. So we're going to chop up all of these vegetables and we're going to add them to our garlic as soon as they are prepared and ready.
We're going to taste it as well. We're going to judge you out of 10. Isn't it on me?
Yes.
Slice your mushrooms. They can be rustic, don't have to be perfect at all. It's all going to go together and come together beautifully. This onion doesn't want to be tackled, but let's fight it anyway. So, as I said, lots and lots of colours. Your 5 a day. Pop all these in together. Perfect. Fantastic. Okay. Our garlic's sizzling away on the heat, and what we're going to add is simply, we're just going to add these vegetables to the pan. And there's nothing much more to that. So you can see all the beautiful colours in there. Combination of colours. We've got courgettes, we've got tomatoes, we've got mushrooms. Now to this we're going to add some spices, but we're not going to overload it with spices. And very, very gentle movement around the pan for your curry, because what you don't want to do is for your vegetables to break up either. So what I'm going to add to this particular curry is a pinch of carom seed. Carom seed is very, very good for your gut. It helps your digestive system and it avoids you getting a tummy ache, etc. if you've got a sensitive stomach. So that's excellent. And I'm going to add some paprika. I'll just get a teaspoon, a spoon of paprika, which is crushed peppers. I keep chilli to the minimum to taste, but I will add some chilli. I prefer to use green chilies and fresh whole chilies as opposed to chilli powder, especially if you suffer from IBS or any sort of Crohn's, simply because it can aggravate those conditions. A teaspoon of curry powder as well to give it some flavour, and of course beautiful turmeric, which gives it a gorgeous golden colour and also has lots and lots of health benefits as well. At this point I'm also just going to add a small pinch of mustard seeds, and if you look at that, if you look at the different colours, if you look at the different spices all coming together, all cooking and blending together, and that is actually pretty much it at that point. The important thing to remember is that when we're preparing our meals on a daily basis and we're actually looking at planning ahead in terms of what we're going to have that day or eat that day, sometimes we will have a takeout, and that's absolutely fine, because it's fine to have those naughty foods in inverted commas, things like fish and chips and fast food and pizza, etc. Because life is very much about balance. It's about balancing your physical health and your mental state and incorporating those daily nutritious goals as well. So I say go for the naughty foods, but also balance them with good leafy greens, good oils, good fats, oily fishes as well, lean protein. Make sure you have a diet that is balanced with, that is high in protein and balanced with the carbohydrate, lots and lots of fruit and vegetables, and ensuring that fruit and vegetables are really colourful, that you have a variety, you have a range, and you look at what's in season as well. So we know when it's mango season, or when it's plums, or when it's actually cherries that have come into season, and we're out and buying them in abundance and incorporating them into those smoothies, into those salads, into our daily routine as well. And an important part of food preparation in relation to your mental health is also to recognise that organising and planning your food gives you structure and routine as well. So planning what menu you're going to have, knowing what you're going to have that evening for your meal, actually gives you a goal to work towards. When you might be feeling a little bit lethargic, a bit demotivated, where you might feel that you're not 100% that day, but when you actually sit down to eat a meal that you've actually prepared, you've been through a process, and therefore you've achieved something, and that means that you've ticked a goal for that day. So all the ingredients are in, your spices are on. I've just got a couple of fresh whole chilies as well, simply because it just makes it look really, really pretty. I'm just going to cut those in half. Don't forget that the chili part of the actual chili is actually here in the centre. So I'm just going to pop those in and garnish the curry there. Use a couple of different colours just to keep it more interesting. And I've just got a couple of plum tomatoes as well there for you, which are just nice and ripe, and it's a good time of year for them as well. So let's pop all those in, and I did say it was a really quick and easy vegetable curry. I'm simply going to put the lid on. I'm going to put the lid on, and I'm just going to put it on a low heat underneath, and in about 20 minutes or so, when we take the lid off, you're actually going to find that all the flavours are blended together, all the vegetables have actually fused together, and you've actually got yourself a really simple, healthy, nutritious vegetable curry. So after a few minutes, and the vegetables have actually been cooking for a few minutes now, we're just going to check them and just look at that, yeah? Okay, so what I'm going to do is just give them a little bit of a stir, just move them around, just gently, just to ensure that spices are coating all of the vegetables, and I'll leave those to carry on cooking. This has been cooking for a few minutes now, so let's take a look. How's it doing? Oh, it's doing really well. Look at that fusion of flavours and spices and all your vegetables, and you want to keep them so you still have a crunch to them, whether you're adding them to pasta or rice. We still want to keep that crunch. So we'll leave that lid on for a few more minutes. In about 10 minutes or so, they'll actually be ready. So let's just add some coriander garnish to our lovely vegetable curry. Let's see how it's looking. Just take that lid off, and wow, that just looks amazing. So that's ready to roll now. So I'm just going to just chop this coriander, which has been freshly washed, and sprinkle that all over that, and that just looks really lovely. And I'll just spoon a little bit of that with the whole green chilli garnish, and I'll just pop that into a plate. And you've got some of the beautiful red chilies as well there. And just spoon all those different coloured lovely vegetables, all healthy, all fresh ingredients, lots of antioxidants, good for the immune system, mushrooms and red onions and tomatoes and courgettes. And I've just popped that in with a little bit of whole wheat roti, which we say is chapati as well. And I'm just going to add a little bit more coriander garnish to that just before we serve it, and you can serve that with a little bit of yogurt raita and a fresh green salad as well.